Hey guys, it's Sajjaad. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So you guys know what time it is. It is college application season. I know a lot of you who watch my channel are either eyeing Georgia Tech or are in Georgia Tech wondering how to sort of navigate through this college. And so I thought that this would be the perfect time to bring in one of my friends. He graduated with an engineering degree from Georgia Tech, and he's here to sort of answer a lot of your questions in terms of, one, how to sort of get into college, as well as how to navigate through this college and be really successful. And I really hope that you guys end up finding this video to be valuable. And if you do, don't forget to hit the like button. And without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Hey guys, my name is Hassam Anwar. I graduated from Georgia Tech in spring of 2021 in aerospace engineering, and currently I'm a project engineer at Delta.
Very thankful for Hassam being on today's video. And I guess the first question that we have, so I guess kind of rewinding the clock a little, why did you want to come to Georgia Tech in the first place?
Well, I guess the reason why I wanted to come to Georgia Tech in the first place was because of the great engineering that Georgia Tech has, especially within aerospace engineering. Currently, Georgia Tech is #1 in undergraduate aerospace engineering in the US, which is pretty cool to say now. Recently, we just got that ranking, which is awesome. But the reason I chose Georgia Tech was, one, it was local, and two, it was local but also one of the best colleges in the US for engineering. The sources that Georgia Tech provides, such as maker spaces, research, really helps you along with your coursework, and the different opportunities you get from Georgia Tech within engineering is pretty amazing, and it's an experience that will basically put you on projection of success for the rest of your life.
And I guess like kind of diving a little deeper into that, were there any like course or like professor that really stood out to you, like what you really enjoyed?
Yeah, so the way Georgia Tech's aerospace engineering courses kind of line up is that there's different paths of courses that you could take. There's structural courses that you take, there's thermodynamics and propulsion classes you take, and then there's lab classes that you end up taking. I think it's 2610, 3610, 4610, which is all hands-on classes. You go into wind tunnel testing, strength testing, and I think those courses were the best classes for me. Doing hands-on work and writing reports afterwards is what stood out to me the most, because I love engineering and hand-on work more so than just theoretical work, and Georgia Tech, especially in the aerospace engineering department, offers that, which is really nice.
Does that work translate into, now you're a full-time employee, right? Does that work translate into that a lot?
Yeah, so I think at any of the classes within aerospace engineering that you take, those kind of lab classes that you take are going to be the most projected onto your future career. You're not going to really use calculus in aerospace engineering like full-time work really, or in a career, but you will use maybe hands-on, like learning how to set up a wind tunnel test for figuring out the different lift and drag coefficients on this wing, let's say. So these classes definitely helped you get ready for full-time work, which is really nice.
Do you have any experience with research here at Georgia Tech?
Yeah, for sure. So I did undergraduate research in the ASDL department at Georgia Tech. Aerospace Systems Design Lab. It's kind of Georgia Tech's aerospace research facility within the aerospace department, which is very easy to get into. They're always posting a lot of resources on the different research openings they have, and you're able to just click, apply for it, and then right away, for me, it was very easy getting into research. It was nice to work on it while I could, but because of pandemic, the research got kind of cut and split in half. But while I was doing it, it was really nice. I was able to get a lot of good experience out of it. A lot of technical knowledge was kind of obtained while in that position, and I was able to be the technical lead for a lot of different students in the research position, which was nice.
I know like people have a notion that a lot of tech students are like nerds. All we do is like work, study. Is that true, or did you have fun here?
No, I had a lot of fun, which might be a little bit of a bad thing. So I was definitely the student that was pushing more for college is more for you to develop as a person rather than intellectually. You should definitely go to classes, learn what you can learn, but don't focus too much on grades. You're in college to develop as a person, and that was what, if you decide to go into industry, that is what people look for. They look for engineers that can communicate well, know how to talk to somebody, convey what they're thinking and feeling to your higher ups, and I think that's what matters more. And the only way to kind of obtain that is to join different social clubs, join different organizations, whether if that's engineering organizations or if that's religious or any sort of other organizations on campus, or have a part-time job. Do something that is not engineering or your career related, and you will thank yourself in the future for sure.
We kind of see it when we're just sort of going to apply for jobs, right? There's always the technical and then the behavioral.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
They want to see you know your stuff, but also have a good personality.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
A lot of students are applying to college right now and are looking at Georgia Tech, right?
Yeah.
What's some advice for them, like when applying to college?
Real quick, are you guys looking for college admissions or career guidance? Well, then in
that case, be sure to sign up for your one-on-one consultation with me. I answer all your questions in terms of whether it's about how to get into college, how to write an essay or reviewing application, or in terms of the career about internships, LinkedIn, networking, referrals, anything that you guys are looking for, I answer. Be sure to go to this link right here and sign up today. Make sure to be as detailed as possible when you do sign up, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, so for me, it was a little bit of a different route. I had my first year of college was at Georgia State University, which is a mile down the road from Georgia Tech. And from there, I had conditional admission. I got into Georgia Tech, spent 4 years here. So conditional admission is kind of like a legacy program. So if you have a sibling or parent that went to Georgia Tech, which my sister did, you meet these requirements, which aren't very easy requirements. You still have to meet GPA requirements, take a full load of classes. I believe it's 30 plus hours within the year before you come to Georgia Tech, and meet all these like specific kind of requirements. And once you do that, they look over your application again and they'll accept you or deny based on those kind of bare qualifications. With conditional admission, you get your foot in the door, but you're not able to get into the school yet. So conditional is a very good way to go if you're trying to, let's say, go to a community college first, maybe save financially, trying to get a lot of courses done, especially the intro courses. You do not want to take them at Georgia Tech. They are pretty hard. So a lot of those math and science classes that you want to get out of the way, it's really nice to do that at a different college and then come into Tech, because one, your GPA will be higher and you might hold on to some scholarships, and two, it's just financially just maybe a smarter decision to do if you're looking into that. But advice I would give to students when you are applying is, in your applications and anything you're presenting to the college, make sure to include a lot of what you're passionate about and what work you have worked on. Yeah, everyone's going to put, I was in National Honor Society, what is it, Beta Club, and taking all these AP classes. I believe what they truly want to see is that, unless you're doing aerospace engineering and in high school you're really into making rockets and launching rockets, maybe as part of a school club or just on your own. I believe a lot of admins that like go into the choosing the students to come into Georgia Tech really appreciate that, maybe more so over kind of your stats and like making sure you have this, and this, because a lot of people have the same as you, maybe even better grades as you coming in. So they want to see how you're different.
So I guess like they want to see the motivation.
Yeah, for sure.
To lead to where you're going next. I guess let's dive into that. So why did you choose aerospace? Why are you passionate about it? So I'm putting you on the spot now.
No, for sure. So mine is, growing up, my dad was a pilot. He still is a pilot, and he flies planes around commercially for different airlines. I guess from a really young age, I was accustomed to being on airplanes really early, and my fascination just started from there. I used to always make Lego airplanes and little model airplanes. I still do now too, but every engineer does. So it kind of sprouted from that. I guess at a young age, I was kind of shown what airplanes are. My dad would always speak to me. I would ask him a question about an airplane, like, how does this happen? How does that happen? And he would sit down with me and explain everything. And from there, my interest really peaked with aerospace, and I loved rockets, loved planes. And even now, like, aerospace industry is booming. Like, there's a lot of aerospace startups, even in Georgia itself, in the Atlanta area. I guess for me, it was kind of like a no-brainer coming into college. Like, even when I applied to Georgia Tech my first time before getting conditional, I applied as aerospace engineering. And while I was here, I stuck with aerospace engineering. And that's what you will see with a lot of the aerospace engineering students, is that a lot of them are super into aerospace. Yeah. They love NASA, they love Boeing, they love everything to do with aerospace. And it's nice to be around those people. It's nice to be around really motivated, really passionate people.
So I guess what's some advice that you have for like current students who want to be successful? Like they're incoming freshmen or like they're freshmen right now to be successful here at Georgia Tech.
Best advice for those new students would be, you really need to figure out what you want to do early in your career. I know a lot of people say, I'll figure out what I want to do in my third or even fourth year, which is kind of dangerous, but you really need to be honest to yourself, sit down and be like, hey, do I want to go into industry after college, or do I want to go into further career, maybe grad school, PhD type of course? And from there, you're able to kind of course out how you're going to do college. Like, if you're going to go into industry, grades don't matter as much, so maybe you're able to jump into maybe doing research if you want, or having a part-time job, doing something outside of your engineering skill set. For me, a lot of times I did skip class and end up like applying to jobs because I was focused more on getting an internship, so it helped out. And I did have an Amazon ambassadorship while I was on campus for like 3-4 years. All my friends were like, oh, don't do it, that's kind of weird, but I ended up doing it, and I was able to gain a lot of my communication skills throughout that, holding events, posting on social media, and that showed a lot to aerospace companies in the end whenever I was applying to jobs and interviewing. So you don't need to know within a year, but like, I guess in your second year, you should kind of figure out, what do I want to do? Do I really want to pursue this degree further? professor, or do I want to switch and get this degree done with, go into industry or switch my degree. So having a clear path from the beginning is really nice, and planning everything out is nice, because I think you should come into Georgia Tech, as I said earlier, and focus not too much on school as much as you think you would, which is weird to say, it's weird to tell people go to class but don't focus too much on it, because college is a lot more about figuring out how you learn and how you develop as a person. But if you're trying to go in the graduate course and do further degree, then classes matter a lot more. You need to focus more on your grades and focus more on getting research experience and being, I guess, closer to your professors to get recs later on. From that breaking point in maybe your second or early third year, you need to know what you want to do and kind of course out your college the rest of the time.
So as we're sort of wrapping this up a little bit, I just have one little bonus question. So you mentioned that you worked at Delta, which is obviously an awesome company for an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
So how do you like working there? What's it like?
Specifically, I'm a project engineer, so I work a lot with cabin projects, so all the different projects that need work or need, replacement or alterations in the aircraft. It's really nice to work on engineering work at Delta because of the perks. A lot of people like the perks because you get standby flights, and standby basically means that let's say you have a flight that's taking off and it could be in an hour, and you're like, hey, I want to go somewhere. You could easily jump onto a standby list that if there's empty seats on the plane, you could jump onto that seat for free and go round trip somewhere if you want. It could go weekend trips. I've done weekend trips to California. I've done day trips to California. Last night I was deciding if I should go to DC to see my sister for literally a few hours and fly back this morning. So it's pretty cool to have the perks. You're able to go a lot of places in the world, and
so you can travel literally anywhere.
Anywhere that Delta flies, yeah. So if it's a flight to, I don't know, where do you want to go? To Japan or something? They have a lot of Atlanta to Japan flights right now that are empty seats. So if I wanted to today, I could jump onto a flight to Japan and go there for a week and come back. And yeah, it's nice because it is free. I mean, you have to pay, $10, $15 for an international flying fee, but usually domestically, most places, it is free.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Hassan, for being on this video. I hope that this was really valuable to you guys. And if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I guess just as always, I'll see you guys next time.
See ya.